Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, you guys, and we got us a +1 in the building. Not just a +1. This actually is a very special guest. With a very special circumstance. It was difficult when we heard about the circumstance. Our daughter actually came and told us about some of this, what was happening. So I don't want to give it away. I'm gonna let him tell his story. But this is a very strong guy, courageous guy.
Absolutely.
Takes a lot of strength. I see him out sometimes, and we conjugate, and it's just really. It's really gut-wrenching sometimes to think about what he has endured and still see him standing. So I just want you guys to basically just get yourself together, embrace yourself. This is a different type of story. So man, let's put our hands
Put
together.
your hands together and welcome to the Spotlight family,
man.
Mr. James
Oxley.
Oxley.
So, brother, I want to say, first of all, congratulations on everything that you do have going on that's positive, because in spite of everything that's happened to you, you have endured, and I still see you prospering. So, man, let's get into it a little bit. So, the news that we got was that 2 people shot? 3 people shot. 2 people passed away. The survivor is yourself. That's the story.
Correct.
And when did it happen?
And
January 6, 2022.
So earlier this year.
Correct.
This year. So your wife was a victim.
Correct.
Your son, your youngest son,
Correct. He
was
8.
a victim.
Correct.
8 years old.
8 years old.
So let's talk about it a little bit, because like I said, I didn't get all the way. I just wanted to brace the people, because just that alone is a lot. Just the thought of it all. To see you out and about and still trying to push through, I just be like, man.
How do you do it?
So let's go back to the day you got the news, and I'll let you go from there.
Well, thanks, Stan and Terry and Spotlight of the City. It's a great honor, privilege to be here today. And when you say endure, the Bible says endure is a good soldier unto the Lord. Before we get into that, I'm going to read this real quick from Matthew 10:12.
Yes, sir.
And you'll see what time we're in right now. It says, brother will betray brother to death, and the father his child, and the children rise up and rebel against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Matthew 10:21.
That was the day's word.
So
today's word. Yeah, that was that.
That's the time that we're living in. If you know the Bible, God created the revelation, the world from the beginning, the end from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to the end, created it, then he went back to the beginning of Genesis. So now you can see what time we're in. We're in the perilous time, so we're winding up. And to that fact, as January 6th of 2022, every year my wife and I fast. We've been married 27 years. We've been together 27 years, married 24 years.
Wow.
We was about to celebrate our 25th anniversary. We had 4 boys. I also have an older son, James.
Okay.
Who we know.
Oxley,
Yeah,
who y'all know.
Exactly.
And then my wife and I, we had, out of our union, we had 4 boys. And then during the COVID, we had a little girl.
Wow.
So she's now 3 years old.
Wow, I
But
didn't
the
know
Lord
that.
showed me her in a dream 6 years ago, when my other son, who transitioned, was when she was pregnant with him.
Got you.
But in January, we always fast, and my wife was sick, of course, and because COVID, we thought it was COVID. She went to the hospital, picked her up on January 5th, and picked up my other son, Zion. No, it's January 6th. She was in the hospital January 6th. Picked up on January 6th. Came home. I fixed her some. She went and taken a shower, fixed her vegan burgers and things of that nature. And we were in the family room. She was sitting over in the big chair. I was sitting on the theater chair here, space, and then my 8-year-old son was sitting to the right of me, and my 2-year-old daughter at the time was on the floor on a little Minnie Mouse couch taking a nap. And I'm just putting out what's in the news.
Right.
You know, some things I can't talk about because
Right,
it's still
I got you.
ongoing. I'm also a victim and a witness. I was shot here and shot here. So I was sitting there on my computer, and my son, he was on this iPad, and I can hear it was pow, pow, and I was like, oh my God, the TV is awfully loud because we have a 70-footage television on the wall. And I was like, who turned the television up? And then I looked and seen a silhouette, and I seen my 15-year-old son standing there shooting. Shot my wife, and I seen her sit up and then fall back. And then he turned and shot my 8-year-old twice in the head. And I jumped up to stop him, and he had the gun pointed center mass. Fired it twice, center mass, pow, pow. And the Lord just redirected the bullets. It hit me here, and one hit me here, in the side right here. And he dropped the gun. I chased him to the front door. I wrestled with him, but I realized that I was shot because I really didn't feel it at first.
Right.
But when I was going to grab him, I realized that I was shot. And then, so I let him go. The Lord said, let him go. He ran out the back door, locked the door, went to attend to my wife and my son. And then my 19-year-old came downstairs. He heard he came downstairs. And then the paramedics came, and then they rushed me out. Took me to Southern Maryland and medevaced me to the new hospital in Landover. Mm-hmm. And so right now, it's an ongoing case. I really can't talk too much in detail about a lot, except that's what's already out there in the news. Yeah. Because, again, I'm a witness and a victim.
Right. And so this is why I said to you guys, this is one of the strongest men I've ever met in my life. Now I understand, though, where your strength comes from, because you opened up with Matthews. And so I'm a believer and a heavy reader. So let me get you get her some tissue.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're good. You're good. You're a heavy reader, and so you're a believer. And so God has sustained you through it all, because I don't know no other way that could be real. And so, man, that just to tell that story is gut wrenching. So going forward, how does it look today for you, as far as how your life is set up? Because you have a lot of missing components, right? You have an addition at the same time, right? Yeah. But one of the missing components was a 20-something year life partner, right? And so to see you stand strong, like I say, so how does that look for you today, as James, the single man, raising these children by yourself?
Well, that's a great question. I'm a Washingtonian, so I came from the streets. I went to McKinley Tech, went to Brown, went to McKinley Tech, and I was out there. I was rough. I was a thug in the streets. I ran through all the neighborhoods: Trinidad, Brentwood, Montana, Fifth Street. I was everywhere. I stayed in the Go-Go's. I lived in the Go-Go's. So with Essence and Chuck Brown. Louis Oxley is my uncle, played the keyboard for Chuck Brown. Okay. So I survived those streets. And my wife was there as my partner and my strength.
During that
time. And it's ironic because we're 8 years apart, and we were both born in Washington Hospital Center. She's born in 77, I was born in 69. We had the same Social Security number up to the last three digits.
Which
8
is
years
definitely
span,
not normal, yeah.
Which is not normal. So I knew she was my helpmeet. The Bible said the man found a good thing, and obtained favor from the Lord. So I knew that she was my helpmeet, and she helped me through a lot. Then I joined the military at the age of 35. 2000.
Wow, you was a late bloomer.
May 5th, 2005. Well, I went to join at 17, but, I was running the streets. I was engaged when I was 15.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so,
you was living. So you jumped off the porch early.
Yeah, I always wanted to be married, I didn't think it was right to just sleep with women and just violate their spirit and their soul, That's a rare, you're a rare being. So first of all, you have to be learned enough to know some of the stuff you speak on. Second of all, it speaks to your character and who you are as a man, separate from what you do. So you still do real estate and all the things. So you were already involved with these things prior to. Yes.
So it kind of was disruptive, but you still returned to it.
Yes, even with the military, because after she passed and transitioned, when I would go away, I'd be looking forward to coming home to see her. So she wasn't there. Yeah. So I just retired in June of this year, full retirement. They gave me a medical retirement at 17 years, but they gave me the full benefits of a 20-year retirement.
Which is good.
They gave me everything. My colonel, the brigade colonel, major, my first sergeant, my sergeant major, all of them came to the funeral service. So I had so much back, so much support. So, I'm just transitioning, going through this. My wife and I, we were a team, so.
Did you bury both of them together?
Yeah, so they both at Cheltenham Cemetery because I'm in the military, and I didn't know that they can put your children there.
I didn't know that either.
But if they're 18 and under, they can be buried. So they're together.
And the son that you lost was 8 years old?
Yeah. Asa. Yeah, I can say his name, Asa Oxley. And he was a king in the Bible. He was a king. So all of our kids are biblically named. And then they got a spot down there for me, when I leave. Unless I walk with the Lord, like Enoch and Elijah, and I just walk with the Lord. And
I be trying to do that myself. I be saying I want to do that, yeah. But, yeah, Enoch and Elijah. So I got to talk to you all set. I got a lot of questions I can't talk to you about right here. But I see definitely where your strength comes from. I see where your insight comes from. I see where your character comes from. And I'm just proud to even know you and call you a friend. But I'm really proud to see what you're becoming because so it's one thing when you have this type of, because the shootings are really vast out here. It's crazy. But it hit different when it's in-home.
Yes.
Inside your house.
That's not the same as when you watch a television and a drive-by or something like that is going on. Not to, make light of that because it sucks. But when it's in-house and it's family, it just hits a little different. So that's why I keep harping on the strength that you reiterate. So is there anything that you want to tell people that you gained? Is there anything positive that you can take from this? What would it be?
Well, my thing is I've been walking with the Lord since I was 5 years old, so my strength is in God. The Lord said, don't put anyone before me. Don't put your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your wife. Don't put anybody before me because everything is temporary. And I see why he said that, because they may go before you. And then some people don't know how to handle it. They commit suicide, they get on drugs, they get on alcohol. But he said, anytime you're thinking about it, keep your mind stayed on me. I've been hit in 2007. I was hit by a roadside bomb in Iraq. I survived that. I was hit on my motorcycle. This arm been broken 3 times. They said I never use it. The devil's a liar. He's been attacking me for years because he know what God has stored in my life.
Yeah, you're a light being.
Yeah, so and then, it's about, and my thing is, it's not about me. It's about helping others. You know what I'm saying? It's about making sure others are taken care of, making sure others, if they're going through having issues and problems, just make sure they bless. If you got some finance, bless them. Whatever you can do to help somebody else, because the Lord is going to take care of you. So that's why I don't worry about anything, and I just bless people, and the Lord has been blessing me ever since.
So I'll say this on your behalf. A lot of people talk about God, and then some people show you God. I said a lot of people talk about God. And then some people actually show you God. And so, James, you show us God, and you make us proud. Yeah. You make us proud because, God.
I just commend you.
Me personally, I can't even love imagine. The Lord. I read daily. I meditate. I do a lot of spiritual grinding, but I still don't have what you have. I don't have that.
Most people probably don't have that.
I salute you, brother, and I say anything that we can do to pull you forward, anything I can do to get involved with you, and anything, you got it. This platform is your platform whenever you want to come back and talk about your businesses, because you're a real, true, bona fide businessman as well. We didn't get to get into that part, but you still out here sustaining and making money and doing your thing. So anything that we can do to be a part of what you have going on, just let us know. I got real strong love for you as an individual, man. I'm just really impressed with who you are. So thank you for being James. I appreciate that. And condolences to you, for everyone that you lost. And thank you for showing us what God really can do in a man, because it takes a God to be what you're standing on. So you want to say anything before you get out of here?
Yeah, just a run quick through. I'm an ordained pastor, just finished the military. I'm a realtor, Keller Williams Preferred Properties. I'm licensed D.C., Maryland, Virginia, commercial, residential. And I just started Oxley Realty Services, LLC. Got my first investment property under that. Entrepreneur, philanthropist, and I'm all about helping and blessing people and then praying for our world, our country, and praying for the people that's amongst our midst. And then we got the Polo Jazz coming, with Susan Smallwood. So I'm a 2-time
Say it one more time. Plug that, because we got to plug that.
Polo and Jazz. Susan Smallwood, Grandiosity events. This is about black mental illness. There's a lot of sponsors. I can't run down all the sponsors, but Oxley Realty Services is a 2-time sponsor. I sponsored the all-black male polo team that's going to be there, and I also sponsor Susan Smallwood, who was the first African-American female to have her own caviar brand, La Grande Caviar. So It's going to be a huge event. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss it. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, whomever you are, you want to be there September the 24th.
You definitely want to
right.
be there. Shout out to Susan Smallwood. We love her. She's amazing. When I first met her, I knew she was all the way bossed up. When I heard her story, I knew she was all the way bossed up. And so I have a huge respect for who she is and what she stands for. I don't eat caviar personally, but I just wanted to be there to experience. So we were down in Baltimore when she had the launching. And Terry, you tried it.
I did. I tried it, and I liked it. I would do it again. Sign me up, caviar.
I'm talking black owned though, not just
Black
caviar.
owned caviar brand,
caviar.
La Grande.
So shout out to Susan Smallwood, has some big time sponsors, and once again she has some more big time sponsors. And thank you for being a part of that. Anything else you want to plug before you get out of here?
No, but I'll be y'all sponsor as well, so I'll be sowing seed into y'all.
Thank you
'cause
so
I'm sowing
much.
in good
Thank you
ground.
so much.
I already started one with the Triumph, so it's going to be
Thank
more
you
to come.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
So thank you, James.
Can I just
appreciate
ask
you.
one question? Have you, I'm sure the answer is probably yes, but have you been able to forgive your son for what he did?
So if you go and listen to the interview, if you pull on Google it, Fox 5, if you Google it, 15-year-old son killed his mother and brother and shot his father. Sierra Fox from Fox 5 called me, interviewed me. I was so out of it. But I think the couple of statements that I said when the first thing, I love him and I forgive him.
Oh,
Because forgiveness is for you, brother.
Because God forgives us.
But
God forgives us.
when I told you I'm not where you are, that's because I knew that was in your character. I'm working on it, right? But when it's your son, it's your wife, and your other child, that's God.
that's tough.
Yeah, he's my
That's
seed.
God.
That's your
So I
seed.
said some people talk about God and then other people show you God. That's what I meant. It's not many men built like that. You have to have God based to be that way. To forgive someone who took a life that you was engaged with for 20 plus years and would come home to us a lot. So we got to wrap it up, James. I love you, brother. I thank you so much for giving your
Thank you.
story.
Thank you.
The courage that you display. I thank you. The tenacity that you have. It's
Lord
crazy.
God.
Oh man, we love. You already know this platform. We God business over here, so we talk about it to the death. So thank you so much. And you had anything?
No. I'm
next
sorry.
one up.
I didn't have many questions.
It's fine. It's fine.
But that's tough for me as a mom.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Spotlight over the city.
God bless.